This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors are Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. I really appreciate you joining me today, and these are some other stories that are available on the website at scarcitystudios.com. The first one is about a predator who has been jailed for over 10 years for sexually assaulting women as he snuck into hotel rooms on several different occasions. He was described in court as dangerous and sexually assaulted lone women, and he was jailed on the 9th of December. Hugo Delgado, 22 years old, from Woodford Green, appeared at Woodford Green Crown Court, where he was sentenced. He was previously found guilty following a trial on the 3rd of August of assault by penetration, sexual assault and also trespass with intent to commit sexual offence. He will spend a further 4 years on licence and remain on the sex offenders register for life. The court heard that on the evening of October the 6th, 2019, at a hotel in Shoreditch, Delgado approached a lone woman and said that the room she was entering was actually his. The woman was in her 50s and showed him her keycard and told him to discuss the issue with reception. At 10 to 11 on the evening, Delgado went to reception and said that he was the woman's husband and he'd left his key in the room. They gave him a key which he used to enter the room. At sometime at 5 a.m. in the morning, the woman was awakened by Delgado after he had sexually assaulted her. He was naked in her room and she screamed and shouted for him to leave, and he put his clothes on and fled. Police attended and viewed CCTV footage that showed Delgado leaving the hotel at 5:25. An investigation by the Metropolitan Sapphire Unit was launched, and at around 4:45 a.m. on the 12th of October, a woman in her 20s who had been on a night out with friends in the Shoreditch area also was approached in the street by Delgado. She walked off in the direction of Old Street and he followed behind her. The next memory the woman has was waking up in a hotel room and witnessing Delgado performing a sex act. She had also been sexually assaulted. The incident was reported to the police later that morning, and officers went to the hotel room and they found Delgado and arrested him. Inquiries revealed that earlier the same night, Delgado had tried to also obtain 2 room keys at the hotel where the assault took place. He gave the wrong name for one of the rooms and the other room wasn't occupied. He didn't manage to get keys for either room. The data from the room lock indicated that he did finally gain access, and it was because the door was open. The offences were committed at different hotels in December of 2019, and officers in the Visual Images Identification and Detection Office identified Delgado as a suspect from footage that was taken in the hotel foyer of the first hotel. On the 31st of July 2020, he was charged with sexual assault, sexual exposure and also trespass with intent to commit sexual offences. He appeared at Thames Magistrates Court and was remanded in custody on the 24th of February 2021. He was further charged with assault by penetration, attempted sexual assault and also exposure in relation to the other victim. This investigation took over a year, and the police said that they went to great lengths to reassure victims that they would get themselves justice for the crimes that he committed. One of the victims said in an impact statement that he will go to prison, and this is a place where, like other people, there are no ethics, values, ambitions or goals. And meanwhile, we have been through hours and hours of phone calls, therapy and daily reminders of the trauma that we have been through. Detective Constable Rob Johnson, who was investigating the case, said that it's undeniable that he was a very dangerous man, and it's good that he's been taken off the streets. I commend the victims for coming forward and their commitment in supporting the case. Without their support, Delgado may have put other people at risk, and there is no doubt that there are other victims out there, and if anybody does recognise him, they should get in touch with the police as soon as possible. So a big reminder of the safety precautions that you need to take when you're out and about as well, and also in hotel rooms. There's a lot of different TikTok channels that can give you advice on how to travel safely when you're out and about as well. And in this other case, sometimes you don't even need to leave the house for your children to be put in danger. 2 brothers have been convicted for sexually abusing and grooming children on dating apps. They targeted children that were aged between 13 and 18, and of course this raises the question of why children are able to even gain access to a dating app at the age of 13. John Bancroft from Essex was found guilty on the 13th of December of 4 counts of rape and meeting a child following grooming, and also paying for sexual services, attempting, causing or inciting the sexual exploitation of a child, and attempting sexual communication with a child. He was convicted after a 7-week trial at Snaresbrook Crown Court. A month before, he had pleaded guilty to causing actual bodily harm against a child and sexual activity and 14 counts of distributing images of a child. In the second week of the trial, Bancroft pled guilty to a further 15 offences, and these included paying for the services of a child for sex, causing or inciting the sexual exploitation of a child, and attempted communication with more children. His brother Graham Manicorn from Waltham Abbey, Essex, pled guilty to 2 counts of paying for the sexual services of a child. Bancroft used dating apps such as MyLol and made fake accounts where he attracted younger girls using the code of Sugar Daddy. Arrangements were made with the teenage girls that were aged between 13 and 18, and this occurred from 2016 to 2017. He specifically targeted vulnerable girls in order to manipulate them, and he told his victims he was a lot younger than his age. The court heard that Bancroft did receive replies from victims after he sent a lot of different messages to social media accounts, and then he would get the children onto WhatsApp and be sending hundreds of messages every single day and be sending them gifts and also buying them food. The investigation was led by the Modern Slavery and Child Exploitation Team, and Bancroft was charged in January 2020. He will be placed on the sex offenders register after his case has been processed, and they'll be sentenced later this year. So a big reminder of the dangers that are posed online, and also how you must monitor how young children are using social media, especially if this is your child. The last thing you want is them to be getting groomed by some 68-year-old men from Essex. So really appreciate you joining me for these stories. I'll be back again very shortly with some more news. Please don't forget to follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok and Twitter, and scarcitystudios.com for the latest updates. Peace.